Hey, I made it work, but yeah, okay. Just checking. Okay, let's see the lights. Okay, so I'm just like texting people to in my site to know that I fixed the issue. So if you can see my live stream, please write something. I will write something. Hey, can you hear me? Yeah, I'm just going to let everyone know. Okay, so I'm just waiting for confirmation from people to see if it works. Damn, the lighting in here is like, woof. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But let me just check if I turn this off. Better? Same. Okay, yeah, the same. But man, my face. Let's just see. Okay. So earlier I had like issues with connecting to my live stream. So I was planning on moving it to Wednesday. So now I'm just, yeah, and I fixed the issue, but I didn't think that my face would be this bright. But I don't have the best like lighting in my room. I usually film and record my stuff because I have huge windows when it's like bright and day, and here in Sweden it's like past midnight. So yeah, but happy to have you with me. I'm just going to check and see if everyone knows that it's working now. Let me see. It is working now. Please go to my channel. Just letting everyone know. It is working now. My channel. Okay, cool. I will start as promised. I am going to discuss slasher movies with you. So hopefully you're excited. And I have my Baby Yoda notepad here. Oh, you can't see anything because the lighting is, yeah. But let's start off with everyone has joined me telling the first slasher movie that you ever watched and at which age. And I can start. That was Halloween 1978, and I was 6 years old. So that was my first kind of introduction into slasher movies. Like I didn't know what slasher movies or horror movies was at a time, so I didn't really know what to think of it, but I just know that I was very, very fascinated by it. Yeah, and I just got hooked on like, yeah, more darker movies. Okay, so Brian's Movie Corners 4242 says Nightmare on Elm Street at 8 years old. Oh, okay, that must have been a fun one because, you know, with the colors and the dreams, and, you know, Freddy Krueger is such a character. And also let me know how that affected you. Like, did you know that it was a horror movie, And was after that, did you want to see more horror movies? So let me know. But yeah, Halloween was definitely the entry point to the horror world. And after that, when I was 11, 12, I really began seriously watching horror movies and slasher movies. I got drawn into the slasher movie world without even knowing it. I remember I watched Scream, and I got obsessed with that film. So obsessed. Yeah. Oh, Matt Jordan says Hellraiser was my first real slasher. Oh, nice. That is a good one. Let's see. It scared me to where I couldn't go to bed without reciting that Freddy wasn't real. Oh, yeah, I can understand that. I mean, it must have been scary for an 8-year-old to watch that film. But, another question. When you rewatched the first slasher film you saw, like when you were an adult, what was the reaction? How did it make you feel? Uh, do you still like get creeped out, or is it a totally different feeling now? Because what I remember most from watching Halloween was the theme song. And when I hear it today, I'm still like, I'm not scared, but I'm just a little bit creeped out. It just brings in so many memories and feelings. Okay. So if you see me doing this, it's because I'm reading your comments. I will probably be doing a lot of that while talking. Okay. So I had a few topics that I wrote, and I will start with, what are some of your favorite slasher movies of all time? And of course, Halloween is one of mine, but also I have Blood Rage. That is definitely a favorite of mine. It's such a good slasher movie, and it just caught me by surprise at how good it was. Because when I first saw it, I had no idea what it was. I didn't know, or I was like, what is this? And everything just, it was so good. So Blood Rage, definitely. And also Intruder. Intruder is such a great movie. And it has some of the best kills, very creative, very gory, and I really, really like the story. Okay, Matt Jordan. So I'm still obsessed with Pinhead. Yeah, okay. Well, that's good. And another favorite of mine is definitely Friday the 13th, the first one. Or like, I like them all. The first one and the second one really just stands out for me. And that brings me to another topic, which is the final girl. Like, slasher movies are known for the final girl, of course, and we who love slasher movies know what the final girl means. And so, which final girl is your favorite or favorites? I have a few, and one for me is definitely Nancy from A Nightmare on Elm Street, just because she is so resourceful. I mean, she does all these traps for Freddy, and she just seems so much more mature for her age, and she really puts up a fight. I really, really love Nancy. And also Ginny from Friday the 13th Part 2. I mean, she was such a badass. I think she's more of a badass than Alice was. And I really like Alice in the first part, but Ginny she was so strong, so confident. So, yeah, I mean, she was more badass than Paul was, definitely. Oh, hi, Art. Happy to have you here. We're talking about the final girl and our favorites, and I mentioned Nancy and then Jenny from Friday the 13th Part 2. So you can name which final girls are your favorites and why. And also, one of my favorites, which how can she not be? Is Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, she's like the epiphany of the final girl, of course, and she's been in a lot of slasher movies, and she always brings it, no matter what kind of character she plays, because her characters, they kind of differ. They vary. Like in Halloween, she's this kind of sweet, shy, innocent girl, and then we have Terror Trail, where she's a bit more cocky, but she's, yeah, in all the films she's been in slash movies, she's always a really badass final girl, and she always brings it. And her screams are, yeah, they are amazing. That's why she's the scream queen. Okay. And Matt Jordan, what about Jessie in Wrong Turn? Yeah, Jessie is great. Kind of actually forgot about her, but now that you mention her, she was also very resourceful, very strong. She kept her composure, tried to figure things out. She really fought back. She was a great final girl, actually. Okay, so Art says, one of my favorites is Sidney Prescott from Scream. She basically kicked ass in every one of the sequels. Oh, I was just about to get to her. I just wrote Nev Campbell. And yeah, I agree. She is really a badass. I just really like her character. She's also very resourceful, and she always has an answer to everything that Ghostface does. So yeah, she's also really, really good. Oh, Horror and Coffee. Hi, Sarah. Hi. Happy to have you here. We were just going through our favorite final girls. Let's see. Art says, what about that girl from Revenge? I forgot her name, but I absolutely love that movie. Yeah, I mean, she's also a badass. She went after those guys with everything she got. And yeah, I mean, there are so many good final girls, but what do you think makes like the next level final girl? Erin from Your Next, of course. I mean, of course. How can you not mention Erin? I mean, she's the kind of the ultimate final girl, just because right from the beginning, instead of panicking or instead of just screaming, and nothing wrong with screaming, but sometimes in slasher movies and horror movies, it gets a bit much. Yeah. But Erin, she's just cool, calm, collected. She has like a military precision to everything she does, and it's just amazing to look at. It's crazy. I love rewatching Your Next. I do it every year. I just love seeing her kick ass, basically. Okay. Matt Jordan, she woke up and chose violence that day. She sure did. When she knew what was going on, it was like, boom. She knew exactly what she was going to do. She was like 10 steps ahead of everyone else. Yeah. Okay, I will move on to the next topic, but you can still talk about Final Girls, and I will read your comments. Okay, let's see. So we had the final girl, so we now have to talk about the counterpart, the villain. Which are your favorite horror villains, the best slasher villains? And I have some classics. I have, Jason Voorhees, of course, Michael Myers, and I threw in Chucky. Like, I really love Chucky because he's so funny. He's like in Bride of Chucky, that's where he really began to be a comedian. I mean, he had like one-liners and responses in the first 3 movies, but in this one, he just takes it to another level. Of course, Art. No worries. It's just fun having you here. And also Cropsy from The Burning. I think he doesn't get enough love. And The Burning is also an underrated slasher movie, even though it's quite well known. Not a lot of people like talk about it, and especially Cropsy. Like, I would have loved seeing more sequels with him. I think he was an awesome villain. I really do. Matt Jordan says Candyman. Yeah, Candyman. Candyman was great. And Tony Todd just made that role his, and he was perfect for that part. And I mean, Candyman, yeah, you just don't want to say his name 5 times in the mirror. Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre started me off collecting horror films. Yeah, I can understand why. Uh, Leatherface and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original one, was also one of the first movies that I watched when I was like 11, 12, that really got me into horror movies as well. So I always watched that film. And you know that scene when the girl gets hung up on the meat hook? I used to force all my friends to watch it. Oh my god, this is amazing! You have to see this. And they're like watching it and like, Sarah, you're weird. Like, why do you show this to me? Like, why? I'm like, but you have to see it, please. Oh, and Matt Jordan says, I actually got to meet the creeper from Jeepers Creepers. Wow. Well, that's really cool. When and where did you meet him? I'm very, very curious. And I also wrote for Best Slasher Villain. I actually wrote Marty from Slaughter High. If you've seen that film, then you know, I felt so bad for Marty, and like everyone in that movie deserved to die except him. I'm serious. If you've seen the film, you know exactly why I feel that way. And I think he was a really good villain, even though he wasn't like super strong or anything like that. But I really liked him. So he came out to Scream Acres one year. Super cool dude. Oh, that's so nice. That's awesome. That's so cool when you meet like the actors or you're someone you look up to in the horror industry, and they turn out to be nice, like super cool. I love that. It's so awful when it's the other way around, when you meet them and they're like douchebags or something like that. That has happened. Okay, so what makes a good slasher film, in your opinion? I mean, this can vary, but for me, one of the things is like, besides finding a really good villain, like finding a really good weapon that people will remember. Just by you saying the weapon, they will remember, like, oh, that's from that slasher film or slasher series. You know, like Jason has the machete, Michael Myers has the big knife, Crops used those hedge scissors. And yeah, the list can go on and on. But when you find that special weapon, I think it can be really iconic. And also, I really love a really, really good twist. Kind of when you don't see coming. Like, you're like, what? That's the killer? I had no idea. Like, sometimes in some movies, they can have someone in there for like 2 seconds, and you don't even paying attention to that. And then you're like, wait, oh, that was like the dude behind the bar. Didn't even realize it. What? That got me hooked on Saw. Ah. But yeah, really a good weapon, a good twist, and also I like a good backstory for the killer. Like, not maybe an obvious one, but just I want to feel that they put some thought and love and details into creating his backstory, or hers backstory, of course. When Amanda ended up Jigsaw's assistant, yeah, yeah, that was very cool. When Because Matt Jordan talks about the Saw movies, and when Amanda ended up Jigsaw's assistant, yeah, that was a really good twist. So we might spoil some things in this one, but I think it's okay. So, but let me know what you think makes a really good slasher movie, in your opinion. And also, some people might say that as a good slasher movie needs to have a really great final girl. I mean, it helps, definitely, but there are several slasher movies that do not have such a great final girl, and one of them is actually The Mutilator, which I really love the slasher movie, but it has like one of the weakest final girls that I've seen in a slasher movie. But that's fine. The movie is still entertaining enough. Oh, the trash picture show, the end of Sleepaway Camp, where killer is crying games. Yeah, I mean that twist. I don't think a lot of people saw it coming, and if you did, you're lying. No, I'm kidding. Maybe you figured it out, but I was definitely shocked, like really super shocked, like how, yeah, it blew my mind, that ending where she's just holding it and standing like with her mouth open. I'm like, no, what? They just did that so brilliantly. Like, I had no idea through the entire movie. So that was such a good twist. A really good twist. I love a good twist. Oof, I really, really do. But yeah, not all slasher movies have to have an amazing final girl. But as I said, it definitely helps. Mm. Sarah, do you want me to pimp tweet that you're live on Twitter? Sure, you can do that. Of course. That would make me very happy. So thank you so much. But I promise you, until next time, I will figure out the lighting. I probably will move down to the living room or the kitchen, but the background just isn't as interesting because I wanted this, but barely see it anyway, so it will be better. But yeah. Okay. Oh, another fun one that I forgot to mention actually was the fun house. And that is also the case where like the final girl isn't the most spectacular one, but the film is really entertaining in itself. And I really like the villain. Yeah, I like the villain in this one. Not a lot of people talk about it, but I think the mask thing he was wearing was such a it was designed so cool. And I really like wanted to know more about him. So an even better backstory for him would have made this movie even better, even though I really like the movie as it is. Let's see. Yeah, and as I mentioned, Slaughter High. Uh, like the final girl in that one, it's Carolyn Monroe. She's okay, but just the way she acted, I not mean acting as an actress, just her character's actions in the when she was in high school towards Marty is just so awful that I just wanted her to die all along. Like I couldn't care less. So that probably doesn't make a really good final girl because you want to root for her. You really do. So in Slaughter High, the villain is the best final girl for me because I was rooting for him. Yeah, because I saw everyone else being the villain to him. But yeah, so let me know what you think makes a really good slasher movie. Is it anything of the things I mentioned, or is it something completely different? Oh, and also, of course, the kills. I haven't even mentioned the kills. I really like the slasher movies to have like creative, gory kills. And I read somewhere that the standard formula for a slasher movie was to have a kill every 50 minutes, or like begin with a kill, and then 50 minutes later you have another kill, and 50 minutes later you have another kill. And that has, of course, been altered and moderated. But when I've seen slasher movies, that have gone like long times without having a kill in them, I get very bored. And I'm just waiting for that kill. I'm like, okay, who's next? Do you have the same feeling, or do you want to see less of the killing, and or what are your thoughts? Because I mean, of course, there has to be some build up. So, but I just don't want my kills to take like too far in between them. Yeah. So for me, the more the better, actually. Yeah, and I prefer if the movie starts with a like bang, like in Blood Rage. You get like, I think two or one really gory kill, and it's just bam, 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 super gory, and comes out of nowhere. And I really, really like that, because then the movie can, pace itself a little until the next one. But Blood Rage just, it continues and it never slows down, and you get a lot of kills. But I think the kills are very important because they are very iconic. Because you can just mention, oh, you know that in Prowler, in the shower scene in the Prowler, he drills her through the, and everyone is like, oh yeah, yeah. So they can become really iconic. And yeah, and I really like when they put nice detail in it. Oh, pin tweet, ahoy! Thank you. So please let me know some of your favorite kills in slasher movies. Yeah, uh, some of mine includes from The Intruder, when the guy gets his head like sawed off in the middle, like right there, and we just see the whole thing like go through. It doesn't shy away from that, and that's fantastic because I haven't seen that being done in a lot of slasher movies. And also another scene in The Intruder was when a guy, like, he gets stuck under a pressing kind of machine. I don't really know what that's called, but he gets stuck there, and the thing like goes down and just crushes everything, and all the blood squirts out, and it's fantastic. And people remember it. And yeah. Whew. Phil's creepy. Hey there, horror fans. Well, hey, Phil's creepy videos. Okay, so the trash picture show says the best final girl, I think, was Erin. I mean, Erin, yeah, she was amazing. We talked about that. Yay, Phil. Matt Jordan, not going to lie, I loved it when Frank gets torn apart at the end and drops Jesus wept as his last line. Yeah, I agree. That was fantastic. The trash stash. Hey Sarah, how's it going? Well, it's going good actually. Even though it's, I think, let me just check the time. Oh, it's almost 1 a.m. here in Sweden, and before this, I worked a 14-hour shift, but I'm fine. I had my energy drink, and I'm good. So yeah, but yeah, that when Frank gets torn apart at the end, that's so good. That really is. It's just, it's like, that climax that you're waiting for. So good. But please let me know other kills and slasher movies that you really, really like. The one-liners can make a good movie too. Yeah, I was just about to say that when you drop that Jesus wept line, that one-liners really can make a great movie as well, because you can remember a scene much better from it, like a kill scene or whatever, and then they add a line, just like I mentioned with Chucky or Freddy. You remember a lot of his scenes just because of his one-liners, which are fantastic. When he grabs the girl who's watching TV and wants to be an actress, Freddy comes through the TV, grabs her, and he's like, "You're in prime time, bitch." Yeah, that's so good. Okay, the trash picture show the kills, of course. And the trash stash, my favorite slasher is Maniac. Yeah, Maniac is another good one. Super good. And that is exactly what I was talking about with details. Because in that film, what do you remember? The scalping. Yeah, because he's scalping his victims and taking out their hair and using the hair as wigs on the mannequins. So that becomes another great detail that which makes you remember a maniac so much better. Uh, Matt Jordan, Freddy was the king of dad jokes. Yeah, he was, but I mean, he doesn't really make them sound so corny. He makes them even sound a bit scary. So, but yeah. And the trash picture show, Mick Taylor from Wolf Creek causes is a plausible. Because he's plausible. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's one scary dude. I was talking about Wolf Creek on one of my episodes in Scary Things and Spicy Wings, and I said that he acted his part so well that if I would ever meet him, I would be scared. So I would be like, no, no, I know who you are. I know who you played, and no, go away. But he's probably the sweetest guy ever, maybe in real life. But I don't know. I would just be very scared because he played such an awful character so convincingly. Yeah, but that is also so good when the villains play their characters so convincingly that they kind of become them. But yeah, but it's not the same like when they're wearing a mask. It's different when they are like normal human beings, I think. uh, how about in Driller Killer when he drills that guy's head? Yeah, I haven't seen Driller Killer in a long time, like it's probably 15 years or something, so I don't remember a lot from it, but of course I remember some of the drilling, because without the drilling there would be no Driller Killer. But yeah, that that's a really fun one. So I do have to rewatch it. But I have to say, when I reviewed the 80s horror movies in January for my YouTube channel, I had such a fun time just rewatching all the slasher movies. And I will, of course, have another slashery, but in January of 2022. So it's a while, but I'm really looking forward to it because slasher movies is really one of my favorite subgenres. It's so good. The trash picture show, the wardrobe decapitation, oh, and Swiftly Romance. Yeah, I just reviewed Switchblade Romance actually for my gore theme back in April, and that was one of the things that I kind of commented on, and that was so good. Like how you can use like word. Oh yeah, because we have one in the closet thing where she gets her throat slit, and then we have another when the father has his head, I think, stuck in the between the stair railings, and then the killer just pushes like a furniture like on his head, and it's just decapitates him. Stand in silence. Hey, Sarah. Hey, yay. Who's Art the Clown from All Hallows Eve, sawing the gas station attendant's head off. Yes, yes, I completely forgot about that one. But yeah, you're completely right. And also, in Terrifier, when he saws her in half, that was amazing. That was so amazing. But I mean, All Hallows Eve and both Terrifier have really good and creative kills. And he is such an iconic villain already. Ska vi se. CPT Monstruoso. Hey kompis. Hey! Get to see more Swedish people. But I like all of you, of course. But yeah, let me know more slasher movies that you like, or creative kills, or final girls. Just really love talking about this stuff. Um, so do you have you seen Doom Asylum? It's a very cheesy and corny slasher movie. Like, a lot of people hate Doom Asylum, but I think it's super funny. The acting is kind of horrible, and we also have Kristen Davis from Sex and the City in it. Like, I think one of her first major roles, which was really funny. But the kills are very creative, and that is what I remember the most from it. Because also feels like almost a parody where they don't take themselves seriously. So Thursday is gonna be lit. Ah, I was like, what happens on Thursday? Do I have another live stream? I'm like, yay. Oh, yeah, but Thursday's gonna be lit. Yeah, we will have a barbecue, so it's literally gonna be lit. Yes. Oh, my cat just. Oh, wow. Okay, so that was my cat trying to, yeah, trash everything. The trash stash. Haven't seen it. I want to check it out. Oh yeah, Doom Asylum. Yeah, do. And yes, Doom Asylum is fun. I thought the lines from the killer during the kills was a bit annoying, but apart from that, it's a very fun movie. Oh yeah, and one of the scenes in Doom Asylum, a guy gets his like toes or foot like kind of cut off, like kind of slowly, and that is quite a gruesome scene. Actually, I was very impressed, and I was like feeling it. I was like, ooh, that is Kato, yay! The trash stash, which is your favorite Friday the 13th? Yeah, it's hard, but I think equally the first one and the second one. But I also love the final chapter because it has one of my favorite kills, which is when Crispin Glover is in the kitchen looking for a corkscrew, and it's like, where's the goddamn corkscrew? And then Jason just, stabs it in his hand, and then he gets the meat cleaver in his face, and that was just done so fast. Like the editing was super fast, but it so effective. It works so well. And also, I really like. Oh, and also the fourth one has one of my favorite kills besides the Crispin Glover, and it is actually just a simple scene, no blood at all. It's when Jason grabs the girl after they had sex, and he grabs her and he throws her out of the window, and she just lands so perfectly on the car, which just shatters, and just everything just works so well in that scene. So that is actually one of my favorite kills. It doesn't have any blood or gore in it, but it's, I don't know. I was satisfied while watching that. So I was like, oof. Let's see. Okay, Matt. It's okay, but thank you so much for joining me. Sorry that you had to wait a bit, but I really appreciate it. Good night. Oh, the trash stash. Yeah, that corkscrew scene is hilarious. Yes, it does. It is. The trash picture show. Sarah, do you think if a slasher uses a gunfire on, does it diminish their effects? Say, like in Scream, The Prowler, or Maniac? Yeah, I mean, I rather see like tools being used instead of guns and firearms in slasher movies. I don't really know why, but it doesn't have the same effect when someone uses a gun as a tool or to kill people in slasher movies, because I like my tools to be the crazier the better. Like maybe gardening, when you're gardening and you have that, yeah, kind of that thingy, that spaden, yeah, I don't know what it's called. But if they use one of those or a shovel or anything like creative, I think guns and slash movies are quite boring, honestly. What do you think? uh yes, that scene where he throws her out the window is my favorite too. Oh, thank you. I just didn't think that anyone else liked that scene because it's so bloodless and goreless, and it's just someone being thrown out of the window, landing on a car. But I think it's just the way that it's made. I like the kill in one of the Friday 13 films where Jason kills someone in a sleeping. Oh yes, that sleeping bag. That scene is great. The from was that in the fourth one as well, or maybe not? Hmm. If you know in which one it was, then let me know, because I love that scene as well. But did you know that that scene has an uncut version? Yeah, in the uncut version, you see, I think, one or two extra blows against the tree. The scene in Maniac where the killer shoots a guy in the head through the yeah, that was quite awesome actually. That was like a big shotgun, and Tom Savini did that effect. But I'm talking about when you just use a like regular like small gun and it's just yeah. But I mean, if you really make something special out of it, like that scene in Maniac where everything just explodes, absolutely, that is fantastic. Sarah, did you do an updated Arrow collection video? Oh yeah, I did. I posted it on Sunday. Yes, because now it's technically Tuesday where I am. So I posted it on Sunday. It was a bit long, like 36 minutes, but if you want to see it, then please do. The sleeping bag was part 7. Oh, thank you. So yeah, part 7. Yeah. There are so many, so sometimes I just mix them up together, but I am planning on reviewing all of them for the next Friday the 13th, which is in August. So I will be having 12 reviews in one day. It will be crazy, but it will be fun. Oh, sorry, I burped. But I'm really looking forward to rewatching all of them. 1 or 2 extra blows in that scene sounds nice. Yeah, it was. Because I got if you've seen my edition of the Friday the 13th, then you know that I got one of the discs. They show you everything that was missing in all of the movies, everything that was cut. So you see the comparisons frame by frame, where one scene like stops and then in the other frame it continues. So you see what you missed in each scene. So there's a lot more gore and blood, yeah, in a lot of the kills. Any movie with Tom Savini effect is going to be good. Yeah, I agree. I mean, he is the master. He truly is. I watched it. It wasn't too long. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's good that you didn't find it too long. But I mean, we all love watching people's horror movie collections. So I guess time just flies by when you just see someone with a really good collection. At least I do when I watch other people's collection. I'm like, oh. So part 7. Good to know. Yeah. But then they also kind of remade that scene in Jason X. You know, when they trick Jason going into the other world to buy some time, and he sees those 2 girls, and I think he kills both of them with the sleeping bag technique. Actually, it wasn't as effective, as good as in part 7, but it was still a nice homage, kind of. Yeah. Have you seen the 1970s Toolbox Murders movie? Yes, I have, but sadly, too long ago. Can't remember a lot from it. I just remember the opening scene with the woman in the bathtub. So that is basically everything that I remember. I'm sorry, but I will rewatch it. And Savini acts a bit in Creepshow. Oh yeah, he did. He does. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. But yeah. Let's see. Okay. So, has anyone seen Edge of the Axe? Yeah, I saw it not long ago, and I also reviewed it back in January. It's an okay slasher, but it does have a few fun kills. Like the movie starts with a kind of funny car wash scene. Yeah, someone gets killed in a car wash. You know, you take your car to get washed, and all those thingies go down the car, and someone gets killed there. So that's very fun. Oh, what did you think about Edge of the Axe? Because I thought it was okay. Could have been better, but I really appreciated the kills in the movie. I haven't seen it yet, but I've been wanting to see it. I sort of both like it and didn't really like it. Yeah, I can understand you. Yeah, I kind of felt that same way. But so that's why I say it's an okay film. So it's kind of a 5 or 5.5, 6 out of 10, like in the middle. Let's see. Oh, and also, if you love slasher movies, then I really, really recommend you to read this book. It's called The Teenage Wasteland, the Slasher Movie Uncut. And I think I bought this 15 years ago, or maybe 12. But it's really a cool book if you really love slasher movies. It kind of goes back into like the older movies, and even before there were movies, like the theaters, what ultimately inspired the slasher genre to be born. And it goes into all different kind of stages. It talks about the final girl, and yeah, if I just yeah, and then it does reviews on a lot of movies, and it's a really really fun read. I've read it like 5 times. Love rereading it. Mm, yeah, I sort of felt the same way. Good kills, but could have been better. Good atmospheric music. If I remember wrong, we'll rewatch it. Yeah, I don't remember too much about the music, but that's another thing. The music, when you have like the special sound, like Halloween did, and Friday the 13th with the when you create something small like that and it just sticks, then that can be as effective as a really good and creative kill in a slasher movie. So let me see if I can. Is there any other? Right now, I'm just blanking. I'm like, what other slasher movies have really good music, or like kind of a diddle thing? Do you consider the Terminator a slasher? Yeah, like I've never thought about it in a slasher way, if I'm honest. It has always just been a strictly a sci-fi action movie, in my opinion. So I can't say that I consider it a slasher movie per se, but I can say it has slasher movie elements to it. Like a lot of movies, they borrow and they put in elements from different genres in the film, of course. And if they can make it work, that's great. Like I have nothing against it. So in a way, I can understand if people can look at it as a sort of slasher movie, but I don't think it is like a purely slasher movie, in my opinion. I know it's probably sacrilege to, but the scene in the Friday the 13th remake with the girl hiding under the dock and the machete going into the top of her head and she lifted slightly out of the water. Yeah, that was that was good one. That was like. Do you like the Friday the 13th remake? Because I actually do. Like I've heard a lot of people really not liking it, but I thought it was a fun remake, good kills. I liked the story. I was satisfied. Like maybe some subplots were a bit unnecessary and like prolonged, but overall I think it was a good remake. Yeah. Let's see. Going to watch that collection video later. Should kick ass. Yeah, hopefully it does. But thank you. Haven't seen the Friday the 13th remake. Oh, well, I think you should. I would really love to know your opinion about it. But have you seen the other ones? Everyone that came before that? And also, how sad is it that they had the rights to make a movie and they were going to make the number 13th, Friday 13th, number 13th, but somehow they just didn't. I don't really know what happened. Did they lose the rights or wasn't there an interest? Because I heard about it a long time ago and I was so excited because I think it would like round things off nicely to have 13 movies in the series. I think of Terminator as a dark sci-fi thriller, but it's a very horror slasher. Like, yeah. The Fright Night remake is one of the few 80s movies remake I thought was okay. Yeah, because like Fright Night is one of my favorite. It's probably my favorite vampire film. The original one is probably my favorite one. So the remake was, I don't know. It wasn't like horrible, but it I just didn't care for it like a lot. So I was like, meh. But there are worse remakes out there, so nothing against if you really like that remake. But Fright Night is such a classic, iconic film to me. Like the original is just I used to rewatch it all the time. Yeah, I taped it back when I had a VCR, And yeah, it was just amazing. There was some sort of lawsuit where the creator of Jason stopped them from making any new Friday the 13th movies. Oh, okay, that's too bad. Oh, yeah, of course, the 80s Fright Night is the cool one, but I thought the Colin Farrell version did all right. And they could still make a Friday the 13th movie, but I couldn't put Jason in it. So they could make a Friday the 13th Part 5? No. What do you think about that one? Please let me know. Do you think it was a good idea or was it a bad idea? Like I felt cheated. I really did. I felt so cheated at the end. Return of Roy. Oh. I mean, that would be quite fun, I guess, just in a kind of like ironic way. Like, oh, Roy returned, he never really died. But please no. Just get Jason in there, the real Jason. Like part 5 isn't a bad movie. It isn't. It's just I felt so cheated. I just did. So that ending, I can't forgive it. I can't. Yeah, it's the same with Halloween 3. Like on its own, it's a really good film, but to call it Halloween 3, and also when I first bought it, like on the back side of the DVD, there was a picture of Michael Myers, like a still pic from the movie. So I was like, "Ooh, okay, Michael Myers, Halloween 3, I have to watch this." And then I saw it, and Michael Myers never appeared. And I also felt so cheated because the DVD kind of lied to me. So after that, like I've always had like a love-hate relationship with that film. Like if they just called it Season of the Witch or whatever and made it a standalone film, it would be so much better because I love rewatching it, but then it just makes me mad. Yeah, I would be mad if I didn't know the ending I knew already before seeing it. Oh, okay, so maybe that made it better, I guess, because I had no idea. I was like, oh, cool, Jason is back. But no, he wasn't. And I was just really angry and sad. But yeah, but at least Jason was back for number 6. So I was glad again. But I mean, Friday the 13th does have some iconic moments. The burrito part where he has to go to the bathroom, then he gets a spike there. That's a really cool scene. So every time I kind of see a burrito, I think of that scene. So they did a good job. I love Halloween 3. Yeah, I can understand. Yeah, if I thought it was Jason the whole time and then found out it was Roy, really. Yeah, and to think that everything in part 5 started with a fight over a candy bar. Yeah, chocolate. So chocolate was real killer. Yeah, but I understand. I mean, chocolate is delicious. But yeah. Now I just want to rewatch every Friday the 13th movie. Yeah. Happy Halloween. I mean that. Oh, speaking of music, that little song has always been stuck in my head. Like always, I always sing it when it gets close to Halloween, and I'm like singing it, and Mom is like, "Oh, stop it! Sing that all the time." I'm like, "I'm sorry, it's just so good." The guy should have just took the candy bar. Yeah, yeah. Without the candy bar, no problem. But yeah. Oh, and other. Oh, I really like in part 7, where we have a kind of Carrie situation where the girl she has like the telekinesis thing, and she can move objects, and yeah, then she has a standoff with Jason, and I think that was a really cool idea, to create a final girl with a supernatural element to her. Or what do you think? The guy with the chocolate bar had it coming. Yeah, I mean, he probably had like a few kind of antisocial or kind of some problems, like where he didn't know proper way to interact with people, or just had some social things. So that was probably why, yeah, that eventually happened. But yeah, I felt bad for him. Ever notice how the song is really London Bridge is falling down? It is. Now that you mention it, yeah, it is. You're correct. Yeah, I like the telekinetic girl. She was cool. Yeah, Laura Parr Lincoln. Is her name. Yeah, she was really cool. Because whenever Jason did something, she always had, you know, an answer for it. She could match him, and not many people can do that. But I really, really liked her powers and ability. And also in that slasher movie, in that part 7, we have one of the worst characters ever, and that is the doctor. I mean, how awful of a human being are you to just throw the mother to Jason to save yourself? Ah, horrible. I was of course joking. I'm not pro axe murder. Of course, I didn't think so. I didn't think so at all. Because you did that lip thing, so I tongue thing, so I know you were joking. But yeah, I mean, the doctor was just horrible, awful. What an awful human being. Ugh, loved to watch him die. Okay, we can talk about this. Which character in any slasher movie was you most excited about seeing get killed? Was there anyone that you were like just waiting for to get killed and you were so satisfied when it happened? Yeah, he was bad. He played Bernie in Weekend at Bernie's. Yeah, I just realized that afterwards, like several years after, and I had seen uh, Weekend at Bernie's before, but I just didn't, you know, connect that was the doctor. But yeah, you are right. But horror movie characters we loved seeing get killed. One of them is also in part 7. That Melissa girl, you know, the one who was so fancy with the short blonde hair, and was like, "Oh, I'm better than everyone else." And Jason just smacks that axe into her head and pushes her. Oh, that was so good. I love when the Nazi gets killed in Puppet Master 3. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I'm gonna link in the home video boutique group and see if we can get some more people in here. Well, the more the merrier. And also the guy, if you've seen the Friday the 13th remake, the guy who was cheating on the main girl, really liked seeing him die. But I think that death should have been more prolonged and gorier. What do you think? Oh, let me see. Who else? Who else was good? Do we have any bad characters? Ooh! Oh, that girl from Sleepaway Camp. You know, the girl who gets the iron curler thingy shoved between her legs. Yeah, really liked seeing her get killed. She was awful. She was horrible. Yeah, I hate bullies, so really liked seeing her die. Oh, now I have that song in my head, the Happy Happy Halloween, which is London Bridge is falling down. Oh, Judy was his name. Where's her name? Thank you. And also the chef. Oh, the chef was ew. He was disgusting. Yeah, yeah. I was so happy to see him die. That was just very uncomfortable and very, very disgusting. Not his death, but what? Yeah, when he was alone with kids, gross. So I was very happy seeing him die. And what do we have more? Let me check. I guess everyone in Slaughter High, as I mentioned before, loved seeing them just gone. Every single one, even the final girl. And And then I can also ask you people that you like were most sad who died, like who you were like, no, why did he or she die? They didn't deserve this, or maybe if they didn't deserve such a gruesome death. Do you have like any of those? I would really, really like to know. I love Slaughter High. Yeah, yeah, awesome. Yeah, it's such a fun slasher movie, such an underrated slasher movie, actually. So that was also what I wanted to talk about. Underrated slasher movies. Do you have any of those? I have like basically all of the slasher movies. The more unknown ones are my most beloved unrated slasher movies. Yeah, so we have Slaughter High, definitely. I think more people should watch it. Blood Rage, Doom Asylum, Mutilator, Heroic Waffles. Hey, what's going on? Yay! Hey, welcome. The Garbage Man's death in Child Place 3 makes me sad. The guy who Chucky kills in the garbage truck. Yeah, I agree. That made me sad as well. I totally agree. Yeah. I will see if I will come up with any sad deaths in slasher movies. It's that crazy organ music. Ah, okay, you're talking about, yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. That's why it's stuck in my head, I guess. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, sorry, my cat is, yeah, she's trashing my place. I have a black cat. Her name is JD. She recently turned 1. She's my evil demonic cat. Right, JD? Yeah. Yes. If you had to choose Arrow Video Releases or Scream Factory? Well, since I barely own any Scream Factory uh, editions. I know, shocking. I have to go with Arrow Video right now because my Arrow Video collection is quite huge. Not like the biggest, but I have a lot of titles and I really like the artwork. The covers are amazing. The colors, usually a ton of special extra features, and you usually get like a booklet or sometimes 2 discs, and it's packed with like awesome stuff. So I have to say Arrow Video for now, but I will start collecting more Scream Factory editions as well. And also, Vinegar Syndrome is having their sale at the end of this month, actually. So you need to check that out. It's on sale for 3 days. You can order a lot of awesome editions, and I will do that. And then I will be broke. So yeah, I mean, this is a very costly hobby to have, collecting movies. I mean, I haven't counted how many movies I have in probably 2 years, but the last time I counted was like 3,000, and now it's probably closer to 4. And my mom, she always jokes that if we would sell all my collection, we could buy a really nice car. And then she looks at me, and I'm like, no, we're not doing that. And she's like, oh, okay. Yeah, so yeah, it's an expensive hobby to have, definitely. I have a black cat too. She's 15. Her name is Cookie. Oh, that's so cute. Aw. Very good underrated slasher giallo called Eyeball. Yeah, Eyeball is very good, and I really love giallo movies. It's so good. Doomsday Kingdom Army. Hello, Sarah. Great channel, an amazing collection of movies. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Heroic Waffle says, love artwork. Yeah, me too. And also that you have the reversible covers. It's just an extra added special detail. I think I've already mentioned lots of times how much I love Blood Rage. I mean, Blood Rage is amazing. Yeah, Oriel Mystique, yes, yes, yes. But Blood Rage is amazing. I can't stress it enough how amazing it is. Yeah, I truly love it. So if you want to know more about Blood Rage, or you haven't seen the film, maybe curious to know more, I reviewed it in January, so you can just scroll down and you will find it. I actually reviewed that one with my good friend David, who sometimes is a guest on my YouTube channel, and we review movie together. And he loves Blood Rage, and I actually was the one who showed it to him the first time. Okay. So if you had a friend who had never seen a slasher movie in their entire life, which movie would you start with showing them to get them to like, the slasher movie subgenre? Which would you choose? I would choose Blood Rage. I would. And my cat she's destroying my movie collection. JD, please don't. They're expensive. It's okay. I forgive you. But I would choose Blood Rage, definitely, because it has everything. It has such amazing gory kills. It has like a theme. It's Thanksgiving. It has like twin brothers, so you don't, one is crazy, one is not. So you don't really know who's who. And yeah, I really just like that. It's fast paced. Something always happens. It never gets boring. I like Blood Rage. I gotta get that one. The mom was crazy. I mean, yeah, she was crazy. She was. I don't have a region-free player, so no Screen Factory here so far. All. Heroic Fall. Sarah, check out my channel if you get a chance. I do all horror movie collecting. Yeah, I will. I will. The trash stash. Lol, that cat loves your movies. I would choose probably Halloween. Yeah, Halloween is definitely a really good one. It's I call it a more sophisticated slasher movie, just based on how it was shot, and it's John Carpenter and the music, and it doesn't really have a lot of blood. It's quite bloodless. I mean, the only blood I can think of is that when they find that guy, when the camera pans over and you see that guy laying dead, and I think he has some blood here, and then when Jamie Lee gets stabbed, she just has some blood there, and that's about it, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and getting a blade in the dark at the end of yeah, a blade in the dark is really good. I saw it when I was a teenager, long time ago, but I was surprised at how good it was. So I hope you will enjoy it too. Yeah, Blade in the Dark is fantastic. Yeah, it really does. It has a really nice twist, and I won't spoil it now. But I hope you will enjoy it. Okay. Oh, I think I will end this live stream soon because I'm getting a bit tired. Yeah, I want to sleep soon because it's so late. But are there any final questions you want to ask me regarding slasher movie subgenre or anything else? Just let me know. I love everything about Blood Rage, the premise, the characters, the actors, the music, and so on. It's very much so bad it's good. Yeah, that's exactly what I think. So bad it's good. Yeah, I was surprised at how good it was. And I just want everyone to watch Blood Rage. Favorite Halloween movie? It has to be the first one. Yeah, definitely. But I do really, really like the second one as well. Like, I usually love watching them back to back, so it just feels like one long film. But the second one is such an amazing sequel, in my opinion. But yeah, but I do like the fourth one as well. Fifth one, we have Daniel Harris. Then we have, like, the weakest one for me is Resurrection, I think it's called, Buster Rhymes. That was just ridiculous in a way that it's not funny. It's so bad, it's bad. So the weakest one in the series is Resurrection for me. Yeah, I love part 2. Gotta say part 1, but part 2 is more action. Yeah, I agree. Because with every sequel, we know that you gotta amp everything up. The blood, the kills, the action. So of course it's more action paced and it has more kills and it's more brutal. And I love how there's really no explanation as for why Terror Todd kills people. Yeah, because he's like, I just do. And I mean, his character, he just goes around, smoking some weed, just relaxing, and just, oh, I'm gonna kill someone, like just random. Just it just feels like he having, a nice relaxing day while killing people. It's just what? And he just does everything with a smile on his face, basically. He's probably some kind of sociopath or psychopath. So yeah. Resurrection is battle. Yeah. Hi, Ben. Thank you for joining us. We've been talking a lot about slasher movies and other movies. So unfortunately, I will be signing off soon. But I'm really thankful for everyone who joined me, and it was so much fun just talking about slasher movies. And I was so nervous because if you don't know me, or if you've just been following me for a little while, then for about 5 years I've been having another YouTube channel with my best friend Jasmine Martinez. It's called Bitches of Horror, but due to the pandemic, then we haven't really uploaded anything for like a year, and that's why I started reviewing movies on my own channel in December, because I just love it. I just love talking about horror movies, so I really missed it. And usually every New Year's, me and Jasmine, we would do a New Year's live stream, kind of like for 1-2 hours. Everyone can join, and we just talked about all of the horror movies from that particular year and our worst and best top 10 lists. So this was the first time doing a live stream without her, so I was extremely nervous. I was like, maybe no one will join, I would just be talking to myself. But I'm really happy all of you joined, and you had such good questions and comments, which really just made me want to talk a lot. And yeah, I had a really good time just checking. I love how upset some people get by Halloween 3, like me. Yeah, but I just still think it's a really good film. Halloween 3 is top tier, and I'll fight anyone that opposes that. I know you do. But I never said it's bad. I said it should be called something else. Fun chatting with you. Hope to catch you again live soon. Yeah, I mean, I will definitely do more live videos now that I fixed the issues I had with the connection. Now that I know what to do, I will just move this down to a better lit area so you can see me better, and just maybe get some Funko Pop dolls downstairs, get some movies in the background, posters. So I will definitely set something up real soon. But I had so much fun talking about it. Maybe before I say goodbye, which topics would you like me to talk about next time? What kind of themes? Just kidding, I'm weak, but I disagree harshly. Hey, that's a valid opinion. He doesn't kill anyone for 10 years, and then when the other twin escapes, he sees the opportunity. Whoever wrote this film is a genius. Okay, zombie movies. Well, if you don't know this, then I am actually having a zombie-themed horror month on my channel. So I review a lot of horror movies, so it's only fitting that I will do a live stream with the zombie theme. So I would probably do that next time. So you can just hang out with me. We'll talk about zombie movies, whatever comes up, and it will be amazing, hopefully. So I will be signing out now. Thank you all for watching. And if there was anyone new here, then so happy to meet you. Thank you so much, and bye.